Nicolas Dalby versus Alex Cowboy Oliveira is this weekend at UFC Fight Night 160. Copenhagen Hermansson versus Cannonier. It opens up the main card. It's a good fight to open up the main card. You've got the native, Nicolas Dalby, there representing. This is like a story, fairy tale comeback. You know, this is what stories are made for. This is what Disney films are made of. Loses from the UFC, gets cut, goes on a bit of a skid, goes on arguably a loss, but a draw to Darren Till. Then loses 2 more in a row, gets cut, and then, you know, it's not looking good for Nicolas Dalby. He gets depressed. Now he's back. He's on a bit of a streak. They've took him back into the UFC because of all the attention he's been given, because he came out as about depression. I reckon if he didn't say he was depressed, he wouldn't be back in the UFC. And I'm being deadly serious. I reckon if Nicolas Dalby didn't come out on Ariel Helwani's show and talk about depression and get all this attention from the media from doing so, he wouldn't have been taken back into the UFC. I feel like it's going to be a tough night for him, and I think Alex Oliveira is going to beat the shit out of him. I really do. And I also don't think that he was... I'm not even... That's a topic for a different channel. That's a life topic right there. But this, either way, I feel like Alex Oliveira is going to get the job done here. I do worry, though, because in the third round, Alex Cowboy Oliveira does slow down a bit. But in the first, he's very fast. Comes out with aggression. He can survive the first round quite often as well. The third round, sorry, quite often. Even though he's tired, he does survive. He survived against Mike Perry with 1 foot. I feel like a lot of Alex Cowboy Oliveira's losses can be sort of attributed to just like he takes a bit of damage and it breaks him. You know, it's not like he just straight gets outpointed. He doesn't go in there and just get knocked out. He doesn't go out in there and just get completely dominated. He'll like be beating you up and it'll be a competitive fight, and then something in his body will give way. Against Yancy Medeiros, it was the nose. Straight away, the nose fucked with him. And then he sort of did a Rory McDonald and sort of the nose particles just went straight into his brain and he couldn't take any more damage against Yancy Medeiros. Then it was the foot against Mike Perry. Front kicked him right in the elbow or the knee or something. Toes came out of place. Couldn't walk for the rest of the fight and was one-legged and just sort of tried to survive the third round against Perry. I feel like we're going to see him come out here and not take... I'm betting on him not taking that brutal damage. I'm betting on him not taking that break. You know? That failure of his body. And I think he's going to get the job done. I think Alex Cowboy Oliveira is a very good fighter. I think he loses in the moment sometimes. I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. I think he's younger than Nicolas Dalby. I know Nicolas Dalby hasn't taken much damage in his career. The most damage Nicolas Dalby's ever taken was probably Darren Till. Because before then he was completely undefeated. So probably Darren Till knocking him down all over the place was the most damage he's ever taken. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm going with Alex Oliveira here. I do think that Nicolas Dalby is quite underrated, but his losses I question, because his losses aren't to guys that... Listen, he goes to a draw, but I mean, it's very... In my opinion, it was very clear he lost to Darren Till, okay? And also Darren Till tore his labrum out of place. His shoulder was hanging off in that fight. But I thought he lost to Darren Till. But then what makes it good is Darren Till then went on to go towards and even compete for a title. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about a loss. I like seeing a loss on your record, and if that guy skyrockets to the title shot straight away and just beats off everyone else, then it makes your loss look a little bit better. It's like Marvin Vettori's loss to Israel Adesanya. That split decision loss, little did Vettori know that would look really good in just a year's time. You know what I'm saying? But with Nicolas Dalby's losses, Zach Cummins, Peter Zabota, Cardo Pedersoli Jr., I just don't think you should be losing to these guys if you're that good. I know Alex Cowboy Oliveira, but his losses look way better. You know what I'm saying? I look at Zach Cummins, Peter Zabota, Carlo Pedersoli Jr. I look at Mike Perry, where he broke his foot. Gunnar Nelson, who's a top-level fighter. Yancy Medeiros, where he broke his nose and it Rory McDonald did on him. Donald Cerrone, Gilbert Burns. These are good losses. You know what I'm saying? I can understand these losses because they're against good opponents. I don't like the fact that he's lost against those guys. I just don't like that. And I feel like he's going to lose. I think Alex Cowboy Oliveira is going to be a war. I think Cowboy's going to piece him up for the first 2 rounds. I think Dalby might come back in the third. Does he finish him? I bet no. And I bet that they don't give him a 10-8 either. And I think Cowboy Oliveira is going to get his hand raised. Job done. I'm sorry. Okay, it would be really nice to see Nicolas Dalby come back and get the win in his re-debut in his hometown. I don't think it's going to happen though. I just think he's going to get outdone. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Click that button there. Goodbye.